again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Daily December 2019. This is day 8. Um, I look like a minion in this shirt, but can't see. It's an X-Men shirt, so if I have to look like a minion to be a part of the X-Men, then that's what I'll do. So today, I wanted to talk about another tip for getting through this gauntlet that is daily December, and that is exactly what I did yesterday. If you hadn't guessed yet, I'm recording this and going to be posting this on the 9th, so I'm a day behind. And the reason for that was if you've been watching my videos, you probably noticed the last few have been a little rough. My anxiety and depression were just really bad this week. This past weekend, and I couldn't think of a topic. I looked at the daily the D&D December topic list, and didn't get any inspiration from it, and I was really starting to kind of freak out about it, because I was going to get behind, and then everything would snowball, and that, if you're unaware, is called catastrophizing. It's a very common thing for people with anxiety and depression to do. They think the worst case scenario will always happen. And again, the daily December is a marathon, not a sprint. So one of the best bits of advice I can give to new people to this is don't worry if you miss a day, or you don't have anything to talk about, and it's becoming an issue for you. Now, like I said, I think in my first or second video, if you don't have something to talk about for a video, there's a lot of things you can do. You can just turn on the camera and say, I don't have anything to talk about, and make like a 1 or 2 minute long vlog. That works perfectly fine. Or you can, not talk about anything and just film nothing. I could film an empty chair for a minute and a half, just see what happens. There's a lot of different things you can do. One of those things is just going, you know what? I can't make a video today, and that's okay. You can always catch up later, which again is not an incredibly difficult thing to do. Even like I've done times where I've been 4 or 5 days behind, and I've been able to catch up in about a day or two. So you can always catch up, or you can skip the days. Again, making 31 videos in 31 days is the goal. However, just because you don't achieve that specific goal does not mean the whole process was a failure. even just making one video can teach you a lot, especially if you've never made a video before. Um, Brian, one of the people, has decided to do Daily December with me. Learned something very good. One of his videos, he switched scenes on it, and he lost audio. He didn't do anything wrong. It was just a technical glitch. It happens all the time. But that taught him how to check for things like that, and how to make sure everything he's putting up is going to be audible. So even if he quit after that, which he didn't, by the way, that would be something he learned, and it can not only apply to making videos, it can apply to so many other things, the things that you don't even think about. Your audio, because you've got a mic going, and you assume it's going to work, and so you don't watch your stuff back before you put it out there. That can apply to writing, even to things like, project proposals or budgets. Going over it just one time to ensure that everything is working the way it's supposed to, and the printer didn't misprinting a couple pages, or when you were assembling it, you didn't accidentally put things in the wrong place. It's a useful thing that in the business world, you submit an incomplete proposal, or something like that. That can cost you a lot, depending on the field you're in. It could even cost you your job. If you're competing for bids on something, and you give them a proposal with a bid in it that's incomplete, you could lose the bid. And that would mean you don't have work. Or rather, you have to continue looking for work to bid on. So, again, this idea of trying to get a video out every single day, that's the goal. That's what we want. But just because you don't meet your goal, that doesn't mean you are a failure, or that the whole process was a waste of time. You still learn a lot. To be perfectly honest, you learn a lot more from failure than you do from success. So, as I've been saying over and over again, we're in our second week now. If you've been watching these videos and you're enjoying them and going, this is kind of cool, I'd like to try this, do it. Like I said, just pick up your phone and start recording. Turn on your webcam and start talking. It looks more daunting than it actually is, and you may find that you like it. I started vlogging. I started my YouTube channel because Geek and Sundry had a contest to find the 10 vloggers for their new Geek and Sundry Vlogs channel. That's the only reason I started this. And I've gone from vlogging about training, which is still my passion, to, let's see, I've run the D&D campaigns. I've done musical stuff. I've written parodies. I've published some of my own music that I've written. I've done this. I've done interview shows. I've been on podcasts as guests. I've hosted podcasts. All this stuff from a contest that I didn't even make it to the second round. I was eliminated in the first round by a pretty clear margin. Like there was a good reason I didn't make it in. And as much as looking back on it, I would have loved to be a part of that group of people. Um, I've actually gotten to know quite a few of the vloggers pretty well. Um, Kiri plays in one of my games now, and she is amazing. Dale has played in one of my games, and she is also amazing. Omar and Mia and I converse over Twitter. Holland and I used to converse a little bit over Twitter. Paul, the DIY guy, and I have had quite a few conversations. I think I've even interacted a little bit with Mitch and Scott, and well, I would not count all of them as friends per se, just because a lot of them it's just been a couple Twitter comments between each other. Um, I got to know these people that I wanted to be a part of their group, not through stalking them, though. Let's be honest, I followed all of them pretty damn close, even after the vlogs channel shut down. But not through pestering them or anything like that. Like Kiri and I got to know each other because I sang a song for her. That I originated this series I did that uh, uh, on the Daily December one year. I just went, I'm going to dedicate a song to someone I don't know just because I can. And Dale, I think I set out a call for one of my charity events I ran, and she just replied. I might have reached out to her directly. I've done that with a couple of them where I've gone, hey, would you guys want to do this? Because I wanted to work with them. But yes, she was a huge fan of D&D, as people now know. Now that Colville and her are best buds, and all the really amazing stuff she puts out on a regular basis. And I had no idea about that about her. And she played in an 8-hour game with me, and it was a blast. And all of this started from me trying to become a vlogger and deciding that even though I failed, I didn't even make it to round 2, I wasn't going to let that stop me from becoming a part of a community that I used to really admire. YouTubers in general were just a lot of people that I looked up to. They were people that were creative, that were doing their own thing and were living off of it. Whereas at that point in my life, I was working a job I absolutely despised. Slowly watching my depression and anxiety take over my life. And yeah, this gave me a way to get out of that. So to bring it all back, try Daily December. Even if you only do one Daily December, it took one video for me to get involved in this and just get enwrapped in this. Sometimes that's all it takes. And it may just take one video to really convince yourself that this is not something you will ever enjoy. But that one video can make a huge difference. Now, I make zero money off this channel. I lost my monetization almost a year ago. But before I was demonetized, I never made enough money to get a single payout. YouTube is still sitting on the money I earned over 2.5 or 3 years. My Patreon is somewhat abysmal. I think I make like $6 or $7 a month off that. My Twitch channel, I still haven't made enough money to get payouts. So it's not like this is a career or even an alternate source of income for me. This is just a creative outlet, and it has helped me get through a lot of the dark times. So that's all for me today. If you are doing the Daily December, if you're curious about the Daily December, anything like that, leave any questions you would have for me about anything from how to do video work, how to, do this Daily December stuff, anything you want. Leave the questions in the comments below. And in a future video, if there's enough, I will answer them. Anyway, again, that's all for me right now, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.